God. Still on about this. I told you back in 2009, there's no God. But some of you didn't believe me. I hoped 15 years later, this still wouldn't be a topic. But apparently, in spite of our science, understanding, discoveries, there are people out there that just will not let go of this fairy tale. The need to believe in them is so strong that nothing you can say or do will shake them. Logic is not a weapon against faith because faith is not rooted in logic whatsoever. Now, God is just that. He's an imaginary friend for adults. Created thousands of years ago, and there's been thousands of gods. Okay? All of them have died by the wayside except for the prevalent ones, right? Which they will too eventually. And when I say God, I'm not talking about spirituality. I'm not talking about a higher power, some cosmic, force. I'm talking about biblical gods. Allah, Jesus, Yahweh. These gods from the Bible, the gods of scorn, damnation, gods of sin, biblical Bibles. I don't know about you guys, and it's amazing that educated people in this day and age still believe in God. I mean, it's scary. It's scary because you can talk to people, and some of these people are very intelligent. Lawyers, doctors, people who are highly esteemed in our society, are believing in imaginary friends. That's kind of scary. And you may ask, why do you care? I only care because when people in positions of power believe in fairy tales, that affects you and me both. When they educate our children, that affects you and me both. Okay? So we have to figure out a way to either keep people who believe in fairy tales and imaginary friends from making laws and deciding what's right and wrong for us. Either keep them out of the lawmaking process, like we tried to with the separation of church and state, or, I don't know, force them through therapy. It's the only thing I can think of. But God was nothing but a creation for power and control. It helped to appease the masses and give them something to look forward to. It helped them to get by day to day in their miserable suffering, while the kings and queens lived like kings and queens, and the rest of the people lived in filth. Okay? Don't judge. It's God's will. Don't judge. At least God judge you. Right? It was something to help them get by because God will judge them. And when you die, if you do as you're told, and you go to church and you pay your taxes, you will go to heaven. So all this suffering means nothing. In other words, don't rise up and take the power back, regardless of how you've been treated. Because God has a place for you. And your suffering is God's will. Who are you to question God's will? Who are you to question the king and queen? Right? Or the Inquisition, right? It's stupid. It's stupid. Just because we're stupid monkeys and can't explain where we came from, how we got here, where we're going, why terrible things happen to innocent people, why children get raped and murdered and thrown in ditches to die, innocent children. Just because we can't explain stuff like that doesn't mean we should fill in these questions with God. Because we are just stupid monkeys. 30,000 years ago, we were still in the jungle throwing poop at each other. Okay? 1,000 years ago, we thought the world was flat, or the earth revolved around the sun, whatever. We don't know. We're still learning. And we're going to continue learning. But what we have to do is let go of the things that keep us from progress. God is just that. God is an imaginary friend for adults. He's wish fulfillment. I would love to believe as much as you that there is some place that we will go when we die, and we will live happily forever after. All of our wishes will come true. We live in some sort of cosmic bliss. I'd love to believe that. Trust me, I do. I just couldn't. I don't know, when I developed critical thinking skills and logic, and I started questioning things for myself when I was 8, 9, 10, out went Santa Claus. He's bullshit. Too fat, fit down a chimney. Out went Easter Bunny. Nonsense. I saw you hiding those eggs. Out went the Tooth Fairy. Out went all that shit. Next was God. Out. Apply critical thinking skills. That's it. What kind of God would allow children to get raped and murdered and thrown in a ditch to die? Who? Who would possibly do that? What could those children have done? How could it be God's will to have little children torn apart by pedophiles? How could that possibly be part of God's divine plan? It's not, because there is no God. If there is a God and that is part of his divine plan and it's God's will, fuck him. I don't want to be his friend anyway. I don't want to be up there with him. Or it. No. There is no God. A God would not have made a world full of suffering and chaos. A world, our world. And it's not because he gave us free will. We created God to control others, to give them something to look forward to, and to shut the fuck up and do as they're told. Okay, God didn't create us. We create our gods. Just like the thousands before that died. Everybody believed in them, died. They're all gone. These gods today, Allah, Jesus, will pass eventually. Hopefully, science, reason, technology will stomp out these dangerous delusions, because they're nothing short of dangerous. Again, people who make power, people who make the power, make the laws, control, these people, a lot of them, are believing fairy tales, imaginary friends. They're delusional. God is nothing short of delusion. It is a delusion that is held on and esteemed and even rewarded. It's sad. It's sad with all of our technology, all of our science, discoveries, and understanding of the world, psychology, that there's still room for imaginary friends in adult society. Let it go. It's over. It's over. If you need to believe that bad, believe in something else. Where is the proof of a God? There is no proof. There's overwhelming proof that there probably isn't. Okay? At least biblical gods. It's okay to say we are stupid monkeys and we don't understand how we got here. We don't understand where we're going. We don't understand the mysteries of life. It's all right. But I understand this. Okay? People who believe in God are stupid. Biblical gods are straight up ignorant. Just like Justin Leck said, and I, in his show, religion is dumb. It is. It is. Make the most of what you have right now in this life, because it will go and you won't get another one. If you somehow reincarnation is true, which I hope it is, highly unlikely to, maybe slightly more likely than God, but pretend like this is your only life. Enjoy it. Stop worrying about gods. Okay? Fantasy. Time to grow up. Apply critical thinking skills. Use logic. If there is a God, you have no way of understanding what that is, because we are stupid monkeys. So just live your life. Be a good person. Enjoy. Have fun. God is dead, if he never was there at all.